Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. I'm going to demonstrate how to make this really cute little zipper bag. Now you can use it for anything. You can carry it as a little tote purse, cosmetic bag, anything you want to make out of it. Now this goes really fast. I'm using my serger machine to do most of this, so if you have a serger, I encourage you to use it if you can. Or if you don't have a serger, you can still create this bag with a regular sewing machine. Okay, let's get started. When you go to purchase your fabric, you can use quilting fabric, which is 100% cotton, or you can even use a canvas fabric, which is what I'm using. If you go to Joann Fabrics and Crafts, they have a wide selection of canvas fabric. So for the fabric for your outside and your lining, you'll need a ½ yard of each. And on average, it's 42 inches wide, that fabric. If you get canvas fabric, it could be wider. Then you're going to select one of the following to be sandwiched in between your lining and your outside fabric. You can use cotton batting if you like, or you can use fusible interfacing, or you can use fusible fleece. Now they all come in packages of different sizes. Just make sure whatever you pick, it can be at least 18 inches by 26 inches. And then I'm using 1 inch wide strapping for the handles. You'll need about 1¼ yards, and then at least a 22-inch zipper. So all of your pieces are going to be cut the same. The outside fabric, the lining, and if you're using cotton batting, the fusible fleece or interfacing, it's all cut 18 by 26. So if you've purchased a ½ yard, you want to make sure your edges are straight, and so that's 18 inches wide, and then go out 26 inches and cut. So if you're using cotton batting, this is cotton batting right here, it's 100% cotton. You would layer it to where the lining is pretty side down, then the cotton batting, and then your fabric for the outside, and it's pretty side up. So it's sandwiched in between there. Now if you're using the fleece or the interfacing, preferably fusible, you're going to put the glue side down against the back of your lining fabric. The back would be the not so pretty side. Go ahead and fuse it on. Read your package instructions. It's a very simple process. You put a damp towel over it, use a hot iron with steam, and just hold it in place. Then once you're done, put your fabric for the outside on top. So right now, here's the pretty side of the lining. This is the pretty side of your outside fabric. Then I recommend you either serge all 4 edges. This is a serged edge. So serge all 4 edges. Or if you have overcast stitches on your sewing machine, select one of those and do it on all 4 edges. If all you have is a zigzag stitch, then go ahead and select a zigzag stitch, make it a little wider, shorten the length of the zigzag stitch. Make sure your seams are at least 1/4 inch wide. So when you're done with that step, this is what it should look like when it's all done. Now this really pretty print here is my fabric for the outside, and it is a canvas fabric. And then this is the lining on the inside, and I've serged my edges. Now with your outside fabric facing up, at each end we're going to mark where your straps are going to go. So I'm going to go over 6 inches from the outer edge in, and 4 inches, or excuse me, 3½ inches from the top. So 3½ inches from the top, 6 inches in. And if you have a fabric marker, put a little mark there, or you can put a straight pin to indicate where it goes. All right, right there. Then go over to the other side And do the same thing. You're going to go down 3.5 inches and over 6 inches and put a mark. This is the strapping that I'm using. Now you can buy it off of the large roll and tell them how many inches you want. My straps are cut 21 inches long. Or sometimes you get lucky and you can find strapping in the clearance section at Joann's, but Dritz makes strapping and they make it in a variety of colors. This is 2 yards in this pack. So you can probably get it at Joann's, and you can always get it off of Amazon. At each end of the strapping piece, you want to fold it under a little bit. And I'm placing it on the outside of my little mark. My mark's right there. And I'm going to put a straight pin in there to hold it in place. So once you have it pinned on, it should look like this. Then at your sewing machine, you're going to stitch a little square, okay? And I would go around it at least twice. Then when you're done with this end, go to the opposite end and stitch the straps on. So when your straps are stitched down, this is what it looks like, just a small little square. And then on the inside, here's what it should look like. So now we're going to put the zipper on. So here is my lining, and I have my fabric for the outside facing down. Move your strap out of the way. Your zipper is front side up, so your zipper pull is up on top. Just make sure that that's up there. And then place your zipper here, and you're going to take this edge and bring it across over the top of the zipper teeth and lay it here. So it's going to go up like this. And I would go ahead and place pins along this edge. So you want to make sure you put your zipper foot on your sewing machine. And your zipper foot might look like this, or it could look like this. So no matter which one, they both work. So I would put your zipper foot on your machine and put it on this side of the little bar. And then of course there's only one little bar on this one, so you don't need to worry about it. Make sure you move your needle of yours for your zipper to go all the way over to your left. So move that needle over. And the same thing if you're using this foot, you want to make sure your needle is all the way over. So I'm starting at this end right here, and I'm going to stitch down. Now here's my serged edge right here. I'm going to stitch just slightly on the inside of that serged edge all the way down. So now after stitching it down, turn your zipper up like this. So this is the side you just stitched on, and go ahead and finger press this edge a little bit. Now you can press it down with your iron if you like, but just make sure you don't hold your iron directly over the zipper teeth. Then you're going to top stitch, and you're going to go over about 1/8 of an inch from your seam here and top stitch it all the way down to the other end. So have your zipper facing up. The front side of the zipper is up. You're seeing your outside fabric here. Take your other edge, make sure your straps are out of the way, bring it across over that zipper, and then go ahead and pin it along there just like you did for the other side. And then starting here with your zipper foot still on your machine, stitch just on the inside edge right along here, all the way across. Now turn it front side out. Now unzip the zipper all the way. Now turn that edge of the zipper under that you just did and top stitch on this side also, about 1/8 of an inch from that folded edge. Now close your zipper just part of the way. Don't close it all the way up. And now turn it to where your lining side is facing out. Now we're going to make some little loops that will be at each end of the zipper. And you'll want two pieces of fabric, 1.5 by 3.5 inches. And then fold the edges over towards the center like that. And press. And then fold it again and press. And then stitch across here like this. And when you're done, you should have 2. Now fold the bag so that the zipper is folded here, and go down here, and you're going to just put a little pin there to mark where the center is, and you're going to do the same thing at the other end. Now take your zipper or the little loops, fold it in half, and then place it right there on the center. And then I would advise you to do a little stitch right along here to hold it in place. And you'll do the same thing at the opposite end. Take the center of your zipper and place it over the top of that little loop, and place pins along this edge, and do the same thing at the opposite end. And then stitch a 1/4 inch wide seam all along here. When you're stitching over the zipper, I recommend that you back stitch a couple of times to make sure that it is secure. Now cut the excess zipper off at each end. Now you can use scissors, but don't use your real good scissors. Use some older scissors, because this can really chew up your good scissors. I have this pair marked zipper, so I know that that's what they're for. But you can also use an old rotary cutter blade. Don't use a new one because it'll wreck it. So I usually pull out an old one, and you're just going to cut right straight across like that, and then go to the other side and do the same thing. Now we're going to be cutting a 3-inch square out of all 4 corners. So you leave your bag like this, and place a ruler. I have the 3-inch line here, and they're on the edge. So now you're going to just draw. Now my marking fabric marker didn't show up on this particular fabric, but no one's going to see these marks. So you want to do this at all 4 corners. Now place a pin there to hold your fabric together, and then go ahead and cut right on your drawn lines. Now take your seam, and right here in the corner you want to pull them apart from each other and bring it like this. So you're flattening it out, going in the opposite direction, and then go ahead and place pins along here. So as you're pinning it, this is what it should look like. Now you want to reach inside, smooth out all of that fabric, and then you can either serge this edge with your serger machine, or do a 1/4 inch wide seam and then do an overcast stitch or zigzag stitch to bind the raw edges. So right now this is what the bag should look like. I'm going to try to show you all sides of it. And now go to your zipper opening. Remember, you should have left that zipper open part of the way, and go ahead and turn it front side out. Now you can go ahead and zip it closed, and I'll try to shake the bag up just a little bit, and then this is what it should look like when it's all done. Well, I certainly hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that you learned something new. This is really a very fast little bag to make. Doesn't take a whole lot of sewing skills. I consider it an advanced beginner's sewing project. If you're interested in other zipper bags, I have so many different types. You want to check below your YouTube screen in the description section. So scroll down, click on Show More or the down arrow, and that section will expand open and you will see links appearing. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.